So, you want to grow on YouTube, right? But it feels like you're just guessing, throwing videos at the wall and hoping something sticks. Well, what if there was an actual, predictable system? We've taken a deep dive into a 4-hour masterclass on this exact topic and boiled it all down to the absolute must-know insights. And we're going to cover it all in the next few minutes.
Let's start with a feeling I bet you know all too well. This quote it hits home, doesn't it? That feeling of pouring your heart and soul into a video, spending hours editing only to hit publish and see nothing. It is the universal pain of every creator starting out.
And that's when the question hits you, right? The one that keeps you up at night. You start thinking, is it me? Does the algorithm have a personal vendetta against my channel? We imagine it as this big, scary monster that's just decided it doesn't like us. But is that really what's happening? Well, that whole idea leads us straight to the single biggest myth about growing on YouTube. The belief that the algorithm is the enemy you have to outsmart. But what if I told you that's not just wrong, it's the complete opposite of the truth? Okay, check out this number. It tells a wild story. This is how many times the YouTube algorithm actually showed a video to people. A video that ended up with only 293 views. Just let that sink in for a second. The algorithm was working. It was pushing the video out to thousands of people. So, here's the big reveal, the big aha moment. We've all been blaming the machine when we should have been trying to understand the humans. The algorithm did its job. It found an audience. But the audience looked at the video and said, nope, not for me. It wasn't a promotion problem. It was a packaging problem. You see, to win that all-important click, you've got to understand the game you're actually playing. Modern YouTube runs on something called interest media. The algorithm isn't just randomly throwing your video out there. No, it's scanning everything, your title, your description, even the words you're saying right now, to figure out exactly who the perfect audience is for your video. And this is the fundamental shift you have to get. Back in the day, YouTube was all about your subscribers. You made a video, it went to them. Your growth was capped by your existing audience. But today, it's all about interests. The algorithm finds people interested in your topic, whether they've heard of you or not. That means a channel with 0 subscribers can go viral overnight if its message is crystal clear. So let me break it down. Imagine you post a killer video about playing guitar. The algorithm instantly goes to work, scanning for words like guitar, chords, strumming. It says, aha, this belongs to the guitar interest group. Then it serves your video to a small test audience of guitar lovers. If they click, if they watch, boom. It pushes it out to more and more of them. But, and this is a huge but, there's a catch. If your channel is all over the place, if one video is about AI, the next is about guitar, and the week after that it's about fishing, the algorithm just throws its hands up in the air. It has no idea who to show your video to. And a confused algorithm is a useless algorithm. It just gives up and promotes you to no one. Clarity, my friends, is king.
Okay, so clarity is the foundation. Got it. But once you have that clear foundation, how do you build a viral skyscraper on top of it? How do you come up with ideas that are basically destined to succeed? Well, that's where something called the outlier idea machine comes into play. First things first, what are we even looking for? We're on the hunt for something called an outlier. An outlier is that one video on a channel that just goes completely nuclear. You know, a channel gets maybe 1,000 views per video, and then suddenly one hits 500,000. That's an outlier, and it's a massive signal telling you exactly what people are starving for.
Now, the common advice you'll hear is to just find these outliers in your own niche and, make a copy. But all that does is create more noise, more of the same. The outlier method is totally different. It's about finding these proven viral ideas in related fields, what we call adjacent niches, and being the very first person to bring that fire concept to your audience. And this is where it gets kind of mind-bending. It sounds crazy, right? What could a video about mental health possibly have to do with growing a YouTube channel? Turns out, pretty much everything. So the creator was digging around and found this absolute monster of a video in the mental health world. Look at that title. It's so powerful, it's validating, it's full of hope, and it got millions of views because it tapped into a deep human need, wanting to see signs of progress on a really difficult journey. And then, boom, here's the remix. You take that core psychological concept, positive signs on a tough journey, and you just apply it to a new audience. The struggle is different, but the human emotion is exactly the same. You're giving hope and validation to creators, and the result? A viral video. That's finding the signal in the noise.
So you've got this brilliant, remixed, proven idea. You're excited, you're ready to go. But hold on, you're only halfway there. Because now you have to package that idea so that people can't help but click. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from the undisputed king of YouTube himself. Mr. Beast lives and breathes this idea. You could create the most amazing video ever made, but if your title and thumbnail, your packaging, is weak, the video is dead on arrival. It is that simple. So how do you make packaging that's irresistible? It all comes down to psychology. You've got to push one of 3 emotional buttons in the viewer's brain. You either make them intensely curious, you show them a shocking contrast, or you make them feel the high stakes of what they could gain or lose. But of all of them, there is one that is it's like a cheat code for getting clicks. It's all about creating what psychologists call an information gap. Basically, you show people where they are now, and you show them the amazing result they want, but you leave a giant gap in the middle. The only way to fill that gap is to click your video. And this creates a really important mental shift for the viewer. Weak packaging is all about you, the creator. The viewer thinks, what were his results? But strong packaging is about them. It makes them ask, whoa, how can I get those results? You're not just telling your story anymore, you're offering them a transformation. All right, let's put it all together. Here's the entire framework, the simple 3-step game plan. Step 1, get laser focused on your one interest group to make the algorithm happy. Step 2, go on the hunt for those proven outlier ideas in related worlds. And Step 3, package that brilliant idea for the click, creating an information gap that makes the viewer feel like they have to know the secret. And that's it. That is the outlier growth method. It's about shifting from random guesswork to a predictable, repeatable system. So the question I want to leave you with is this. What incredible, proven idea is sitting out there right now in a totally different world, just waiting for you to find it and bring it to yours?